Now on Good Morning Northwest, wildfires burning to our north and south, forcing people to evacuate. This morning, we're hearing directly from those impacted.
Looking at a better day with less wind and, boy, I tell you what, less smoke because of some shifting winds. We're going to talk about all of that coming up in just a little bit.
Plus, new overnight, Vice President Harris received a special endorsement to her campaign for president. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now.
And new this morning on Good Morning Northwest, deputies with the Spokane County Sheriff's Office are looking for this missing 17-year-old. Sanazo Campbell was last seen in the area of North Howard Street and Main Avenue Tuesday, 23rd. He was reportedly asked to leave a juvenile home after an incident with another tenant. His family is concerned for his welfare. He has black hair, brown eyes, about 5'7" and 165 pounds. If you have any information about his whereabouts, call Crime Check 509-456-2233. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Rob King.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Friday, July 26th. Welcome to it, TGIF. Robin has the morning off. Let's start things off with Mark Peterson and a look at our first alert forecast. Mark, I was chilly on my drive-in today.
Yeah, it is on the cool side. There's no doubt about it. The wheat, I'm telling you, harvest is right around the corner. Now let's take a look at the 4 things you need to know. We are going to see much lighter winds than we did yesterday. Some afternoon haze is still going to be there. The the fires are all around us. Weekend warm up. We're going to see things get a little better. Showers potentially next week. Looks like Monday or Tuesday. Right now, we do have 52 degrees in Spokane, 50 into Coeur d'Alene. Again, less haze than we had yesterday. That's because of wind shifting and then calming down quickly, keeping, again, a lion's share of the smoke out of our area. Air quality, good. Now, we could see it jump up to moderate. There's no thoughts that's out of the question. But right now, things are looking great. 42 into Deer Park, 42 into Cheney. We've got temperatures in the low 50s all the way through Liberty Lake. Post Falls, 48. Yeah, there's some cool temperatures out there, no doubt. All right, we look at what we can expect with our smoke forecast. And again, given the winds and the fact that everything calmed down rather quickly in the early morning hours, we're going to keep a lot of that smoke in and around those active fires, and then we're going to see it get caught up in some of the valley areas. We're going to have some of that, but not as much as anticipated yesterday afternoon. But again, the winds completely just fell off, and that is good news for those fighting those fires. We are going to see temperatures warming up into the mid-70s. That's going to be by noon today. So again, can you imagine having a little, going downtown, having a little something on the, oh, it'd be so nice. We're going to have low 80s throughout much of the time as you're heading home from work. We're going to have 83 degrees for our high today, which is 4 degrees below average.
All right, Mark, thanks. This morning, thousands of people in Keller and surrounding communities are waking up away from their homes.
This is as the Wildfire ripping through more than 30,000 acres of land, prompting several evacuation orders this week. For about a week now, hundreds of fire personnel have been working throughout the night to get a handle on this wildfire.
There will be a public meeting tonight at 7 at the Nespelem Head Start Center. We'll have more on that in just a moment. The fire is burning about 2.5 hours west of Spokane, just northeast of Grand Coulee Dam on the Colville Indian Reservation. Thousands of people were told to leave their homes Wednesday night. Crews spent all day Thursday trying to get people out of the town of Keller and places along Highway 155 north of the dam.
Now here's what the fire crews are seeing from the air. You can see how much smoke it's giving off. We're seeing and smelling some of that smoke here in Spokane. Those flames have already torched about 48 square miles. The chairman of the Colville Tribe Confederation, Jared Michael Erickson, says his family evacuated Wednesday night. He says the uncertainty of the fire has been nerve-wracking for his family and his community.
Their people's all their belongings, their home. I mean, obviously, life's more important than your residence, but you don't know, what's going to happen. That's all your life's belongings in one place to lose it.
The fire was started by lightning last Wednesday. It's now 10% contained. Again, level 3 evacuation orders for the Wildfire. Anyone in and around Keller needs to get out now. And some more on tonight's public meeting. It will start at 7 at the Nespelem Head Start Center. The community will meet to get the latest information on the Wildfire and the nearby Bridge Creek fire. There will be an opportunity to get questions answered by community leaders.
We're also tracking several wildfires in Idaho. The Gwen fire is the biggest, burning northeast of Lewiston this morning, just outside of the town of Julietta. There are actually 5 other named fires burning right now in that area as well, all starting after a lightning event on Wednesday. The Gwen fire has now grown to 2,000 acres. The entire town of Julietta has been told to evacuate. That's as of last night. If you live in this red area, you need to get out now. And that's for people living on Highway 12 at Arrow Bridge on the west side, east to Lenore Cooks, Paradise Acres, and Amos Beach. Again, anyone in this area needs to get out now.
In this video that you see from Myrtle, another small town near the fires, you can see the hillside and the Clearwater River engulfed in thick smoke. And you can barely see beyond that first set of flames. Here's another video from Myrtle, and just look at the flames, maybe a few hundred yards from this home, separated by Clearwater River. LC Valley News shared this with us. They reported a fire is there burning on all sides of Myrtle.
And the Red Cross has opened shelters for people affected by the fires at the Nez Perce County, Latah County, and Asotin County Fairgrounds. The Methodist Church in Lapwai also has a facility set up. The Nez Perce and Asotin County Fairgrounds can accommodate livestock as well. Well, Spokane Fire is investigating 4 early morning fires that sparked up on the South Hill, including a shopping cart that was full of debris, which was engulfed in flames just after midnight Thursday.
Firefighters were called to 3 vegetation fires in the Southgate neighborhood near the Maverick on South Regal, including one that grew to about 400 square feet. Spokane Fire called all of these fires suspicious, and they're investigating to see if they're related to the recent string of arsons in the same area.
Oh, with the time of year we're in our fire season, middle of our fire season, and fuels are dry. Especially dangerous today with this wind. You know, if we get fire in the ground right now, that's not a good thing. So that's got us concerned.
Fortunately, the cooler temperatures and calm winds yesterday morning kept the fire from spreading. Anyone with information on any of these is asked to call the arson tip line, 509-625-7199.
Today, former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama have endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris, for president.
In a video posted on social media overnight, Harris thanked the Obamas for their support and expressed gratitude for their decades-long friendship. Hannah Joy is at the Breaking Now desk with more details on the Obamas' endorsement.
Thanks, Rob. The relationship between Obama and Harris has been a solid one throughout the years. Obama has been said to be a sounding board for Harris since they've known each other. Some found it strange that Obama didn't immediately endorse Harris following President Joe Biden's decision to bow out of the 2024 presidential race. But Obama believed it was important for the Democratic Party to have a legitimate process for delegates to select their own nominee. An Obama advisor said that the former president was taking the same approach as he did during the 2020 Democratic primary. The advisor said Obama's decision was based on watching closely to see if a nominee would unify the party. Previously, Obama has been supportive of Biden's re-election efforts. He's attended fundraisers, moderated conversations, and sent messages to fellow supporters. And it is now time for him to support Biden's decision even more and endorse Harris.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Democrats have been moving quickly in their process to select Harris as their presidential nominee. Voting to officially nominate a Democratic nominee is likely to begin on August 1st. There will be a ceremonial vote and a vote on the party platform during the Democratic convention in Chicago next month. Many government officials have already endorsed Harris, and Harris even joined TikTok to reach a new generation. Meanwhile, we are just hours away from the start of the Olympics in Paris, and there are already some major disruptions. I'm breaking down the details in the next half hour. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy for News Now.
All right, Hannah, thanks. Good morning, Northwest. Time is 6:09.
Checking back in with Mark Peterson here. Mark, you got your full calendar up on there, and a new color has appeared.
I really love this. And people go like, it's been hot in July. And I go, yeah. We've been 90 or better from the 5th all the way through, when did I end that? The 24th. That's 20 days in a row. Ooh. Yesterday, 79 degrees. Oh, felt great. Coolest day so far in July. Your full forecast coming up.
Still to come on Good Morning Northwest, as the Harris-Trump match-off continues to take shape, will there be a debate between the presumptive candidates? What each has to say about taking the stage next.
Plus, heartbreaking images out of the Canadian Rockies. The town of Jasper up in flames due to a large wildfire. A look at the damage coming up right after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Save your greed! You want the best selection of trucks? We got them! Looking for sporty, fun SUVs? We got those too! If you're looking for a great deal on a new set of wheels, come on out to Cal!
You want it? Cal's got it!
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
We owe everything to our troops, past and present, for their honor, courage, and dedication. As a token of our appreciation, 4 News Now and Global Credit Union are encouraging you to once again wear red on Fridays.
Join us in recognizing our troops and their families for allowing us the freedom we enjoy every day as Americans. Stop into any Global branch to pick up a red pin and show your support.
And then wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
Wear Red Fridays, brought to you by 4 News Now and Global Credit Union.
I have a love for design, and here at Wildfires, I am the window treatment specialist. If you have needs for window shades or drapery or anything that can help enhance your home, please come in and visit us. I came to Wildflowers for the opportunity to help customers find ways to renovate and update their home and love the space that they live in. We offer multiple discounts year-round. It's gratifying to have customers come in and tell us about the new products that they have and their enthusiasm for the new look and the new update.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen again.
Voltaren for long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
My name is Stephen, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had a large tumor in my left lung in November of 2018. We went through in 2020 doing a lot of end-of-life planning. Summit was very aggressive in my treatment of diagnosis. Since then, with my recovery, we're doing a lot of life events. I love the people there. I would recommend Summit Cancer Center. My wife calls it a miracle.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Near the border of Oregon and Idaho, the Durkee Fire is the largest active fire in the U.S. This is about 130 miles west of Boise. It closed down a stretch of I-84 when it hopped the highway and merged with another fire. Strong, erratic winds are expected to make fire conditions worse today. It's already burned nearly 420 square miles. Oregon's governor has deployed the National Guard to help.
A man has been arrested for allegedly starting a massive wildfire in California. Authorities say 42-year-old Ronnie Stout was allegedly seen pushing a flaming car into a gulch Wednesday afternoon. The Park Fire in California exploding in size on Thursday, burning more than 125,000 acres in just 24 hours.
A wildfire in Canada has damaged up to half the town of Jasper, a popular tourist destination found in the Canadian National Park in Alberta. The U.S. was blanketed in wildfire smoke yesterday, prompting air quality alerts in multiple states, including here in Washington and Idaho.
In our 10-second takeaway on a Friday, did I say Friday? It's Friday. Sunny and mild today. We're going to get light smoke, less than we anticipated. 83 will be our high today.
In our For the People coverage this morning, Vice President Kamala Harris says she's ready to take on former President Donald Trump on the debate stage. But she says he's backpedaling after initially agreeing to it. On Thursday, she told reporters that she's willing to participate in the September 10th ABC debate that the Biden-Trump campaigns previously agreed to. But earlier this week, Trump says he wants to debate the newly appointed Democratic presidential nominee, but adds he hasn't agreed to anything yet. Harris did not touch on whether she would take part in the debate now proposed by Fox News on September 17th.
And we're taking a live look outside at downtown Spokane. Sun's starting to peek out over there. We were in Kendall Yards morning, keeping an eye on this haze. We'll have more news after this.
It's a big power sale this weekend. As over 40 used vehicles on the lot has been repriced to sell fast. And they've lowered the finance rate down to 4% this week at Dishman.
The 4 News Now Extreme Team has 2 veterans projects in coordination with the 100th anniversary of the Air National Guard. So we're going to be at Veterans Memorial Park in Cheney. The bathroom needs to be rehabbed, new roof painting. Plus, the memorial needs new lighting to light it up. Also, we're at the Washington State Veterans Cemetery where the Scattering Gardens project, where ashes are delivered. We're going to update it. It's been since 2011, and we're going to put some new plants, and we're going to make it accessible for wheelchairs and walkers. Plus, we have other things to do here. 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Fred's Appliance Clearance Centers are your one-stop shop for top-quality appliances at unbeatable prices. Top brand closeouts, factory blems, open box, and distressed inventory arrive daily. Take advantage of incredible discounts with savings you won't find anywhere else. Hurry in with Fred's Clearance Center's huge selection of heavily discounted name brand appliances. The inventory moves fast. For the best deals on appliances in Spokane, see either of Fred's Clearance Centers today.
You want the best selection of trucks? We got them. Looking for sporty, fun SUVs? We got those too. If you're looking for a great deal on a new set of wheels, come on out to Cal.
You want it? Cal's got it.
So according to Mr. Washington, we deserve a little room upgrade.
That won't be necessary.
Okay. How about a second opinion from the other Mr. Washington?
Are you a Camus Rewards member?
Yeah. Why?
It's the only local players card that gives you the lowest possible rates on rooms and room upgrades, not to mention food and drinks throughout the property.
So I'm taking these back, right?
Membership matters with Camus Rewards, only at Northern Quest.
Karen's about to retire. Here's what's going into her retirement.
There's us. She raised us on our own.
10 years as my roller derby wife.
Preschool she's opened.
She's a mother.
I think we turned out all right.
She's a friend.
Our mothers could tell stories.
She's a teacher.
She may be retiring, but she's not done.
I'm never gonna stop. Retirement is the sum of your life's work. Now what? Get income for life and protect your life's work with Prudential.
Calling all captains. Whether you're a pontoon pirate with a large crew or a solo rider who carves up glassy lakes, all lakes lead to Allsport. Allsport has a huge selection of Sea-Doo watercraft. Who has it all? Allsport has it all. Join our local team in celebrating 40 years in business. Financing available on Can-Am, Riker, Spyder, and more. If you're looking to make 2024 the most adventurous year yet, then have it all at Allsport. Just off I-90 in Liberty Lake.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ironstone Furniture and Fire.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The 4 News Now Extreme Team renewing spaces to honor and mourn our veterans. It's the second of 2 projects from the Extreme Team just this week, celebrating 100 years of the Air National Guard.
Yesterday, they helped the Washington State Veterans Cemetery in Medical Lake. Mark Peterson shows us their work.
This is the Scatter Garden, and this is where ashes are come to put to rest. And it was looking a little worse for wear. It had been 10 years. There was a lot of weeds, a lot of dead plants. So we brought up all of those plants and got rid of the old ones and brought in the new ones. And again, Green Acres Nursery donating everything. We've got the Air National Guard here. We, of course, have Horizon Credit Union and a lot of other good people that came in just to help. So you can see the amount of work they went through with all the weeding, the planting, now the new dirt that's put on the old dirt. It just freshens it up a little bit. And we met Becky. Look at this.
I saved enough to take them to our special places.
Becky came to put her husband, her mother-in-law, her dad, and their son, who died of sudden infant death syndrome at 4 months, had those ashes together to put them in one of the new plants that we had. We thank her for sharing her story, but that's what the Scatter Garden is all about. In Medical Lake, at the Washington State Veterans Cemetery, I'm Mark Peterson, 4 News Now with the Extreme Team.
Wow, that's so special.
Had a hard time finishing that because Becky was so wonderful to share her story, and that's what that Scatter Garden is for. It's for the
so
ashes.
cool to see someone, you know, doing it right there. What its purpose is. It's to honor loved ones.
Yeah, it was just one of those crazy little moments, and I love those crazy little moments when we meet people like that. All right, I want to show you the before picture. This is what we were dealing with on the other side, and you can see all the dirt, the weeds. It got weeded. Now, Air National Guard, Horizon Credit Union teaming up, and boom, that's how it looks now. So that is the purpose of not only the Scatter Garden, but this is over where the families meet, and this is where they spend time, and this is going to be the break that will give them some of that tranquility. So we appreciate everyone, Site One, for all of, again, the rocks and the dirt, and Hossey Landscape for stepping in and helping us out. You guys did a great job. 83 degrees, sunny and mild. It's going to be a nice day today. You could go look at that. It's open, and enjoy it. Here we go, 55, mostly clear. Cooler weather. Winds are going to be light. It's going to be a nice couple of days. We do not have as much smoke in the air as we anticipated because, again, we had some wind shifting overnight. We look at the national map, and it's still some areas of heat into, well, you look at areas of North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wyoming. But that has really calmed down. We do have severe weather into Texas, moving into Louisiana, Mississippi. For us, it is an air quality alert till 11 a.m. in and around those fires that have been fired up from lightning. So people in those areas, please take caution. Here is how it works. We don't have the winds that we anticipated. So as they're light, variable, they're going to keep them in and around. We'll see those winds shift to the west, 5 to 15 miles an hour. So that'll pull some of that smoke by tonight into Colville. We're right on the cusp. We're going to see it, smell it, but it's going to be heavier concentrations in and around those fires. The forecast radar, yeah, we're going to see a little bit of cloud cover, but that's going to be about it. Saturday, we're going to see the potential up on the northern line of the potential for some thunderstorm activity. Again, these last two fires were lightning caused. We have several fires lightning caused, I should say. And of course, there's that potential again Saturday afternoon. We're not going to see a lot of winds associated with that in the big picture, but in and around some of those isolated thunderstorms, of course, gusty winds. 83 for our high today, 84 into Ritzville, 91 into Lewiston. We're going to have mid-80s Saturday and Sunday, Monday as well. Mid-80s again Tuesday and Wednesday. It's going to be boring. Lovely. Really looking forward to that. We don't want to get Rob upset, so I'm not going to talk about Thursday or Friday.
Don't bring it up. Just let him see
the weekend is great.
There we go. Live in the moment, Rob.
You're blocking that last bit that does show the temperature, so I'm going to ignore it.
There you go. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:22.
The Mariners have a new face on the squad. The Ebs picked up outfielder Randy Arozarena from the Tampa Bay Rays in a last-minute trade. How he plans to help the team is coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Upgrade your home's busiest areas with waterproof flooring built to last. This month, take it off the wish list and get it done. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
Looks like you need some kind of quick payment to settle this whole mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to those one call that's all guys.
We want to make sure you're actually taken care of after an accident like this.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Susan Osborne. Susan is the Executive Director of Spokane Helpers Network.
It's really wonderful when people come up to us and let us know how much they appreciated receiving food when their cupboards, refrigerator were bare.
Susan is the driving force behind Spokane Helpers Network, delivering resources and necessities to neighbors in need.
Thanks to STCU for helping to make sure volunteers count.
For over 20 years, my dad sold vehicles all over Eastern Washington. To the farmers and ranchers, the firefighters, to the military men and women at Fairchild, and of course, our friends and neighbors. He knew selling great vehicles at a fair price and taking care of the customer would build the foundation for years to come.
It was true then, and it's still true today. We treat everybody like family
because we are family.
We want you to like the deal and love your wheels.
Higher shipping rates may be the cost of doing business, but at what cost?
Turn shipping to your advantage with low-cost ground shipping.
from the United States Postal Service.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Upgrade your home's busiest areas with waterproof flooring built to last. This month, take it off the wish list and get it done. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minenso. There's a new face in Seattle, the Mariners, making a big splash before the trade deadline, acquiring all-star outfielder Randy Arozarena in a trade with the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, he's only hitting .211 this season, but he has 15 home runs. Arozarena is also someone you could put in the lineup around Julio Rodriguez when he comes back from that ankle injury. The hope is that Arozarena returns to the all-star caliber player he was with the Rays last season. All Seattle had to give up was a few minor league players. Arozarena also led the Tampa Bay Rays to the World Series in 2020. The Mariners are back at it at 5:10 tonight against the Chicago White Sox. The Spokane Indians dropped one on the road to the Eugene Emeralds by a score of 4-3. They'll look to bounce back in tonight's game. First pitch for that one is at 6:35 from PK Park in Eugene. Spokane Zephyr are less than a month away from the first game of their inaugural season. Now, naturally, with this new league comes a lot of questions, and we spoke with head coach Joe Johnson at Media Day, and she says there were some worries about the USL Super League before she took the job, but the United Soccer League brand gave her confidence that this can thrive not only in Spokane, but across the country.
Yes, there were questions, but every question has been met with just support and evidence of this isn't just we're going to try it out. It's, hey, no, we're investing. This is a long-term. We see the value of women's sports. We see just in different sports throughout the country, even with the WNBA, the rise of that, the confidence in people investing in women's sports, even more exposure in the media. And so maybe 10, 15 years ago, there'll be a lot more questions, but I think this is the right time to expand, and using that USL umbrella is huge.
And that first match is against Fort Lauderdale Union FC on August 17th at One Spokane Stadium. That'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
And before we go to break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7 o'clock.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Southwest Airlines in the spotlight. The FAA increasing oversight over the airline over a string of incidents. Earlier this month, the Southwest flight from Columbus to Tampa dropped within 150 feet of the water. And in June, a different flight dropped to 525 feet over Oklahoma. The CEO says he spoke with the FAA earlier this week to reiterate a commitment to safety. And it comes as Southwest announces a giant shift in policy, abandoning more than 50 years of open seating to now switch to assigned seats.
This is a major announcement by Southwest. And so for the loyalists out there, this is likely a shock to the system to hear.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the research Southwest says led them to make this major change, plus the details on that ongoing FAA investigation. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Alt, ABC News, New York.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Livestream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Livestream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I started taking care of my mom about 5 months ago. She has dementia, and then being newly diagnosed with lung cancer, my mom was unable to stay in her home. Balancing work and caregiving has been a struggle. Knowing that Wild Cares will be available relieves a lot of stress. Having access to those funds would have helped so much, financially and mentally, because life is unpredictable. Wild Cares moves with you, even if you move out of Washington.
In 16 years, Greg Gerstner will land the perfect cannonball with friends he's already meeting now at AARP volunteer and community events to help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2024 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Plus, 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2024 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Drive new Outback models with 2.9% financing for 72 months at AutoNation Subaru.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome back to 4 News Now Story Tracker, following the stories people are reading about this morning. Thousands of people in Keller and surrounding communities are waking up away from their homes today. The Sewilla wildfire is ripping through more than 30,000 acres of land, prompting several evacuation orders this week. It's burning about 2.5 hours west of Spokane, just northeast of Grand Coulee Dam on the Colville Indian Reservation. This is what fire crews are seeing from the air. You can see how much smoke it's giving off. We're seeing and smelling some of that smoke here in Spokane. And for about a week, hundreds of fire personnel have been working through the night to get a handle on this wildfire. There will be a public meeting tonight at 7 at the Nespelem Head Start Center. The community will meet to get the latest information on the Sewilla fire and the nearby Bridge Creek fire. There will be an opportunity for residents to get questions answered by community leaders.
We are also tracking several wildfires in Idaho. The Gwen fire is the biggest, burning northeast of Lewiston, just outside the town of Julietta. There are actually 5 other named fires burning in that area right now, all starting after a lightning event on Wednesday. The Gwen fire has now grown to 2,000 acres, and the entire town of Julietta was told to evacuate late last night. If you live in this red area, you need to get out now. That's for people living on Highway 12 at Arrow Bridge on the west side, east to Lenore Cooks, Paradise Acres, and Amos Beach. Again, anyone in this area needs to get out now. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Rob King. It's Friday, July 26th. Robin has the morning off.
Starting things off, let's check in with Mark Peterson for a look at our first alert forecast here. Mark, you might want to grab a sweatshirt if you're heading out.
I think so. It's a little on the chilly side. We have less haze than we anticipated and less than we had yesterday morning. Again, those winds shifting. 52 in Spokane, 50 into Coeur d'Alene. So yeah, it's a cool start. The sunflowers, you see them all over as they're getting, well, ready to be harvested here in another month or so. We have light winds today. We've got afternoon haze expected. A weekend warm up, but not crazy hot. And then we're going to see the potential for showers next week. But Monday night, potential. Air quality is good this morning as we start out. Again, we've got moderate in around some of those fires, but for the most part for us, we're looking pretty good right now. 50 into the valley, also into Hayden, 42 into Spirit Lake, but also into Cheney. 42 degrees, that goes all the way into the Deer Park area as well. Yeah, it's chilly. All right, here is what we have for the smoke forecast. We're going to see that smoke because of the winds very light, really hanging out around those areas of fire. We will see some that will come into our region. For today, temperatures into the mid-70s, 12 noon. Our high today is going to be 83 degrees. 87 is a normal high for this time of year. I'll have more on that extended outlook coming up.
Mark, thanks. Today, former President Trump will meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for the first time in nearly 4 years, hoping to mend their rocky relationship. Now, Vice President Kamala Harris did meet with the Israeli Prime Minister yesterday. The Israeli leader also sat down with President Joe Biden and families of American hostages in Gaza earlier in the day. Talk of potential ceasefire between Israel and Hamas was one of the main issues discussed between Biden and Netanyahu. Harris echoed calls for a ceasefire deal while advocating for Israel's right to protect itself. But Harris also highlighted the humanitarian crisis happening in Gaza. She says the suffering of Palestinians must end.
Back here at home, a coalition of private schools, churches, and Idaho residents are now suing the state of Idaho over its new law restricting materials in libraries and schools. The group calls the law an unprecedented attempt by the government to control speech and ideas in private institutions. The law restricts libraries and schools from possessing harmful materials that could be accessed by kids. Libraries and schools can be held financially responsible for having these materials. Plaintiffs say having works like Michelangelo's David, even the Bible, could put libraries and schools at risk if someone finds the material offensive. The lawsuit saying the Constitution does not permit the state to engage in content-based censorship to mollify a community's most sensitive and censorious members. The Idaho Family Policy Center has already responded to the lawsuit, saying the new law is common sense and that the schools, churches, and parents who filed the legal challenge should be embarrassed. No dates have been set at this time for any hearings in this case.
For nearly a year now, volunteers in Elk have been working to convert Conex boxes into homes for Oregon Road fire survivors. And now we're finally seeing them get delivered. Now, this is where Michael Martin's home once stood, a log home that he built by his hands. Now, that was before the Oregon Road fire destroyed it. He hasn't been able to live on his property since then, but that all changed yesterday when a Conex box was delivered to him. A blessing is what he called it. The box sits where his home once stood and will connect to his utilities after the county inspects it.
It will. It'll help out a lot because I'm staying all the way in town now, and we're on the far east side of Elk, and so it's just it's a commute out here, and so I'm not able to make as much progress as I'd like, and so this will be so much more convenient to be able to stay here sometimes and actually get up early and make progress and stuff.
After the county's inspection, volunteers with the Country Church of the Open Bible will deliver and set up all the appliances. As he gives us a tour of his new home, Martin tells us he's excited to work on something he can now call a home. I'm sure that's really great to see.
Absolutely.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:36.
And Mark, air quality not as bad as I thought it would be when I left the house this morning.
Now, air quality right now is good for Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. However, it is that air quality alert in and around those fires that we want everyone to know about. Just taking it easy and making sure you're taking care of those around you. We're going to have a full check of that forecast, including the return of hazy weather. It's coming up.
The Paris Olympics are off to a rough start. See how a group of hackers are impacting the games next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
It's a big power sale this weekend. As over 40 used vehicles on the lot has been repriced to sell fast. And they've lowered the finance rate down to 4% this week at Dishman.
I'm Mike Kelly. As a business owner and citizen, I feel Olympia's overreach, just like you. That's why I'm running for Washington State Senate District 4 to push back.
Mike Kelly will safeguard families, secure a prosperous future, and is committed to accountability.
Washington's made mistakes, but there's hope. I know because I've made mistakes and made a comeback. So let's work together because Washington's worth saving.
Paid for by Mike Kelly for Washington, Republican.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
Global Credit Union serves the men and women of our armed forces stationed around the world.
We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Friday.
Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now and Global Credit Union are inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces.
Tell them and their families thank you for their service and for protecting our future. Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Donnie.
We lead the advocates.
The advocates fight for each of our injured clients. We take on big insurance and get big results.
We're both advocates, but we're very different from each other.
That's true.
I say potato, she says...
Potato.
Oh, I guess we're the same there.
Potato. Do people say that a different way?
Potato.
Who says it that way?
Never mind. Injured, you deserve an advocate.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave. Discover new Dove Whole Body Invisible Cream. A new whole body deodorant that's blissfully coconut and vanilla scented for all day whole body confidence. It's Dove Care made for anywhere. Try new Dove Whole Body Deodorant.
Welcome back. The time is now 6:40. We are just hours away from the opening ceremonies in this year's Olympic Games.
And Paris is hosting the Games this year, and there have been no shortage of issues. Hannah Joy is here now with the latest on the hackers that shut down train systems across France this morning.
Thanks, Rob. France State Railway Company says there were several coordinated malicious acts, including arson, that targeted high-speed train lines overnight. Officials say the sabotage has disrupted travel and damaged several facilities, and 800,000 travelers would be affected. The train lines will be disrupted through the weekend. Of course, all of this is coming as the Olympic torch relay is near the end of its long journey across France. Many French people who were hoping today would officially begin their summer holiday are highly disappointed. As of now, the sabotage hasn't been linked to anyone in particular, although an intelligence source told CNN that these sort of sabotage acts have been used by the far left in the past. However, this incident has not been linked to the far left as of now. This attack on French railway lines was one of the biggest fears of organizers of Paris 2024 Olympics. Now hundreds of thousands of people across the country are being told that they won't be able to travel until Monday. For more information, visit KXLY.com. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
All right, good morning, everyone. 10-second takeaway on your screen. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be mild today. It's going to be a great day. I love the way we get to wrap up this week. Grab your shade. Sun's out. Light smoke out there. 83 for the high today.
And we're taking a live look this morning at downtown Spokane right now. This is from Kendall Yards, looking very green out there. But we're keeping an eye on this morning haze. We'll have much more coming up right after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Need an account to high five about? Boost your checking balance with 5.5% APY on Kasasa Cash Checking or 5.5% cash back on purchases with Kasasa Cash Back. Only at Progression's Credit Union. It's easy. Qualify for rewards like ATM surcharge refunds up to $25. Other activities include 1 ACH deposit or withdrawal each month, 12 monthly debit card transactions, and enrolling in e-statements. Give your money a high five with Progression's Credit Union. Learn more at progressioncu.org.
50th, dead last. Washington has the lowest number of law enforcement officers per capita of any state. That's unacceptable. As governor, I'll fix it. Public safety is my top priority. I'll hire more police and first responders, create a statewide response unit to tackle the fentanyl crisis, and invest the $1 billion I won from drug companies to increase treatment. Washingtonians must feel safe and be safe for our state to thrive.
It's time for summer fun. But before you pack up your picnic baskets, round up your beach balls, or even gather up your friends, AutoNation Toyota wants to make sure you've got the perfect ride for a perfect summer. Now you can take advantage of 1.99% financing on a new 2024 Toyota Tundra or a Tundra 1794 edition, over $7,000 off. Go to AutoNation Toyota today. What drives you drives us.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time, so we can get you back up and running fast. Call or book online today.
Frozen is Disney's latest hit Broadway musical. From the producer of The Lion King comes the show audiences and critics are melting for.
Now on stage at First Interstate Center for the Arts through August 4th. Get tickets today at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Don't miss the Priceless Adventure Sale at Blue Compass RV, Liberty Lake, and Post Falls. While they last, get new RVs from $98 a month. That's right, now just $98 a month. Shop the largest selection of America's premium brands. Over 15,000 RVs, all with a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete included. That's over $5,000 in value. Don't miss these savings. Hurry in today. Only at Blue Compass RV, Liberty Lake, and Post Falls.
4 News Now is brought to you by Global Credit Union.
Welcome back. Neighbors living near the Southside Sports Complex now say they don't feel safe after a string of fires have popped up there.
The Spokane Fire Department already believes the 4 fires are suspicious and is investigating them along with the Spokane Police Department.
Derek Strom has more on why some neighbors are even considering moving away.
Late Wednesday night, Spokane Fire responded to a few different fires, including one here at the Southside Sports Complex and a few brush fires in a nearby neighborhood. They've called all 4 of those fires suspicious, and they're still investigating along with Spokane Police.
People living in the Moran Prairie neighborhood say they've felt unsafe for the last couple years because there are many people that camp in the field across the street. One neighbor says their bike was stolen from their garage while they were home. They've made sure to lock their doors ever since. For Grant Avakimov, the fires from Wednesday night are just one more reason why his neighborhood feels dangerous.
And if you go hiking over there or something, or a walk, and you go in those like trees, you're gonna see like guys sleeping, and like it makes you not feel that safe.
At the South Hill Sports Complex, part of the soccer field was burned, but people are still enjoying the park during the day. John Bowman likes bringing his dogs to the park. He plans to continue using the park as long as it's during the day.
Well, I just read about that fire this morning, but no, that was at nighttime. No, it's nice here during the day. Everybody's nice.
The largest fire was around 20 feet by 20 feet, about the size of your average bedroom. And Spokane Fire says cooler nighttime temperatures and calm winds prevented the fires from spreading.
With the time of year we're in our fire season, the middle of our fire season, and fuels are dry. Especially dangerous today with this wind. You know, if we get fire in the ground right now, that's not a good thing. So that's got us concerned.
Spokane Fire is still investigating 2 arson cases at the nearby Ace Hardware from earlier this month. Anyone with information that can help can call the arson tip line at 509-625-7199. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
We've been following these arsons for a while. We do have photos of a suspect on KXLY.com that you can see as well.
Hopefully they get it under control here soon. But hey, looking at our air quality this morning, Mark, I know that's something that you've been tracking here.
Woke up, it was great. It was good.
Yeah?
And now we see one of the monitors now triggering to moderate. That puts everything into moderate, and that's something we're going to be tracking. That air quality is going to ebb and flow today. Again, starting at good, now in moderate. We'll check more of where we really have poor air quality coming up in just seconds. 83 for the high today, sunny, mild, some hazy conditions at times. And then tonight, mostly clear, cooler, winds are going to be light. It looks like air quality is going to remain bouncing between good and moderate, but if the wind shifts, that could change in an hour. 55 for the overnight low. Taking a look at our current air quality. So we just touched on moderate. We see it roaming around, very unhealthy in and around parts of Lewiston, and then down into parts right along the Idaho-Montana border, where that smoke is gathering and just sitting there. And of course, with light winds, could be sustained for the day. We're expecting to see, again, light smoke that'll continue to be in and around Spokane, but we're going to see those heavier amounts because of that light wind sort of settling in around those fire zones. But we're not out of it. So yeah, just pay attention. You'll be able to see that smoke come in. You'll be able to smell that smoke come in. So again, if you have tender lungs, respiratory issues, this could be a rough couple of days for you. We look at our forecast radar today, not much in the form of any moisture, a lot of cloud cover, no. Saturday we see increased cloud cover and that chance of showers. The fear, of course, is the dry lightning that could be associated with that. We saw these fire starts from lightning. Even though there was rain involved, it was evaporating before it even hit the ground in most areas, so it was no help at all and just brought up the humidity. Now, we're going to see that push through. So Saturday night, everyone's going to be really watching to see what happens there. 83 for our high. It's going to be 81 in Colville. You look at Omak, Wenatchee, Moses Lake, Tri-Cities, mid to upper 80s there, 91 into Lewiston, but we're going to be in the low 80s and things look pretty good. We're going to see mid 80s over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Again, still a little bit of haze, but we're not expecting that thick smoke to settle in on us. We're going to have mid 80s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, really, and then Thursday we start to kick in the heat. So let's get out and really enjoy this weekend.
Yeah, some
Let's
outside activities this weekend.
That's what I'm hearing. Mild temperatures and good air quality.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it. Good morning, Northwest. Time is 6:49.
Your morning sprint is coming up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW Local 3000.
I'm Jacqueline Maycomber.
Jacqueline Maycomber will work for us. A former law enforcement officer, a rancher, a conservative. She'll seal the border and won't take any bull from D.C.
I'm Jacqueline Maycomber, and I approve this ad.
What am I going to tell my dad?
Tragic, truly. I've got a quick fix for this whole ordeal.
Yeah, I'm gonna call SWAT.
Nope. Don't want to do that.
After an accident like this, we care about getting you back on your feet. At Craig Swap & Associates, we do just that.
Just remember, one call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Susan Osborne. Susan is the Executive Director of Spokane Helpers Network.
It's really wonderful when people come up to us and let us know how much they appreciated receiving food when their cupboards, refrigerator were bare.
Susan is the driving force behind Spokane Helpers Network, delivering resources and necessities to neighbors in need.
Thanks to STCU for helping to make sure volunteers count.
It's a big power sale this week at Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep. Dishman Dodge! As over 40 used vehicles on the lot has been repriced to sell fast with some of the biggest trade-in values ever offered. Plus, they are delaying any payments until September 1st. And just for this sale, Dishman has lowered the finance rate down to 4%, making Dishman Dodge the only place you should go for your next used ride.
Shake up your shower with a flavor for every feeling. This Dove freshens you up. This Dove winds you down. This Dove leaves you glowing. And this Dove keeps you going. So whatever care you care about, there's a Dove for everybody.
Times may change, but some things remain timeless.
I've been using the Dove Beauty Bar more than 25 years.
Dove is 1/4 moisturizing cream. I feel silky smooth.
Jacqueline is a former officer and has witnessed fentanyl devastate our communities. She led the charge to criminalize deadly drugs and bolster our police force. I stand with law enforcement officers in endorsing Jacqueline.
I'm Jacqueline Maycomber, and I approve this ad.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. It is 6:52. Time to get you ready to take on your Friday in the morning sprint.
Mark Peterson is looking at a cool and comfortable forecast for our weekend.
And Hannah Joy's in studio with a big endorsement for Kamala Harris, plus train disruptions in France just hours ahead of the opening ceremony.
But first, deputies at the Spokane County Sheriff's Office are looking for a missing 17-year-old. Snazu Campbell was last seen in the area of North Howard Street and Main Avenue on the night of Tuesday the 23rd. He's reportedly asked to leave a juvenile home after an incident with another tenant. His family says they're concerned for his welfare. And they described him as a teen with black hair and brown eyes. He's about 5'7" and 165 pounds. If you have any information about their whereabouts, call Crime Check, 509-456-2233.
This morning, thousands of people in Keller and surrounding communities are waking up away from their homes. This as the Sewilla wildfire is ripping through more than 30,000 acres of land, prompting several evacuation orders this week. It's burning about 2.5 hours west of Spokane, just northeast of Grand Coulee Dam on the Colville Indian Reservation. There will be a public meeting tonight at 7 at the Nespelem Head Start Center. The community will meet to get the latest information on the Sewilla Fire and the nearby Bridge Creek Fire. There will be an opportunity to get questions answered by local community leaders.
We're also tracking several wildfires in Idaho this morning. The Gwen Fire is the biggest, burning northeast of Lewiston, just outside of the town of Julietta. Now, there are actually 5 other named fires burning in that area right now, all starting after a lightning event on Wednesday. The Gwen Fire has now grown to 2,000 acres. The entire town of Julietta was told to evacuate late last night. If you live in the red area on your screen, get out now. That's for people living at Highway 12 at Arrow Bridge on the west side, east to Lenore Cooks, Paradise Acres, and Amos Beach. Again, anyone in this area is needed to get out now.
The Red Cross has opened shelters for people affected by the fires at the Nez Perce County, Latah County, and Asotin County Fairgrounds. The Methodist Church in Lapway also has a facility set up. Nez Perce and Asotin Fairgrounds can accommodate livestock as well.
As President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris, we see that she is now considered as the presumptive presidential nominee, but that is still undetermined. It is still up in the air on whether she will be the presumptive nominee, but it is still undetermined whether she will be on the ballot in November. Across the way, plus we see hours from the start of the Olympics in Paris, there are some major disruptions to the high-speed train lines. Officials say this is an act of sabotage. You can also see the latest on both of these stories coming up next on Good Morning America.
All right, everyone, trying to keep you on time. 5 minutes before 7 o'clock. We do have, again, temperatures right now that are on the cool side, so you might want an extra layer as you head out the door. Deer Park, Cheney, low 40s. We're low 50s into the valley and 56 downtown. Looking at what we can expect for smoke, we're going to have haze in the air, but the heavy, thick smoke is really sticking around those fire zones, spreading out slowly and lightly. So it'll be in the upper atmosphere. We'll have hazy conditions. Our high today, 81 into Colville, 84 into Ritzville. So all of this much cooler than what we've seen. I mean, yesterday we were at 79 degrees. We'll be at 83 today. Here's how that's going to stack up. By 10 o'clock, 68. Then we're into the mid-70s by noon. Warming up nicely. Still haze in the air, but we'll have a high today of 83 degrees.
Well, as Hannah just mentioned, we are hours away from the official opening ceremonies of the Paris Olympics, and security is tight. 45,000 police officers and 10,000 soldiers are there protecting participants and spectators.
And the airspace in and around Paris will be closed for tonight's opening ceremony, which will culminate with the arrival of the Olympic flame. ABC's Inez de la Cuetara has more.
Starting in ancient Olympia, Greece, on April 16th, the torch was ignited right where the very first games were held, before leaving Athens and crossing the Mediterranean, making a grand entrance into the French port of Marseille aboard a historic ship. From there, it embarked on its very own Tour de France, from the French Riviera, where it was passed on underwater, to the highest peaks of the snow-covered Alps. There were chateaux along the way, a visit with the Prince of Monaco, even a red carpet moment at the Cannes Film Festival. By June, it was flying around the world to visit distant French territories like French Guiana, all the way to French Polynesia. Crossing the Atlantic on one of the world's fastest sailboats, the relay eventually making its way back to mainland France in time for Bastille Day celebrations, stopping by all the famous sites in Paris, from the Louvre Museum to Versailles. A monumental effort, with the flame traveling through over 400 cities, relayed to more than 10,000 torchbearers. Inez de la Cuetara, ABC News, Paris.
Well, here's something you don't see every day. Some steer decided to go for a stroll through Spokane's Glen Rose neighborhood on the South Hill. Here's a video of them walking through someone's front yard.
There you go. They're just going on a stroll. People in the area say they came from a nearby farm, and many in the neighborhood came out to grab a pick of the cattle. They have since left, and we've reached out to the farm to see if they made it home safely. No word yet, but quite a sight. We'll have more weather right after.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, we've got money answers for people who follow pets on social media. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado LT when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Embrace the magic, celebrate friendship, and share the joy at Disney's Frozen the Musical.
Now on stage at First Interstate Center for the Arts through August 4th. Get tickets today at BroadwaySpokane.com.
So we've got a little smoke and haze in the air. We're not going to be without that, but we don't have as much as we had thought. So that's the bright spot this morning. Air quality has moved into the low end of moderate and should bounce around in there throughout the day. We're going to have temperatures warming up into the mid-70s by noon, and then we're going to be at 83 for our high today. 87's a normal high. Now, 86, again, right there about average seasonal temperatures Saturday, Sunday. Again, still some haze in the air, but overnight lows are going to be in the upper 50s and mid-80s. Nice.
Have a great Friday. Thanks for watching Good Morning Northwest.
We sure appreciate you being here. We'll see you throughout the morning on Good Morning America. That starts right now.